Hello everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Emily stepped closer, her deep eyes staring at me as if to suck my soul. The air in the room became thick, hard to breathe. The smell of mold and coldness spread. I backed up against the wall, my back against the cold wood. There was no way out. I could hear my heart beating clearly, each beat resounding amid the rain outside the porch. The rain sounds hit the window like an urge, like a clock counting down to the last moment. Emily stopped right in front of me, her cold hand on my shoulder. In that moment, the image before my eyes seemed to be torn apart, and I found myself standing in the middle of an endless hallway. The hallway was dark, mirrors hung on both sides. I turned my head to look, but each mirror reflected a different version of me. In one mirror, I saw myself with white eyes. In another mirror, I saw myself screaming, my hands pounding the surface like a prisoner. And in all the mirrors, behind me, Emily stood, her cold smile unending. I turned around, but the hallway was empty. Only the sound of footsteps echoed, not mine, but someone else walking parallel. I tried to run, but the hallway had no end. The more I ran, the more tired I became. But the mirrors kept appearing, each one shattered, shards of glass flying, reflecting distorted images of me and Emily. In the midst of the chaos, I heard a whisper. That whisper repeated the two words, "Home Alone," echoing in my head like a cursed mantra. I realized I was trapped in a maze of mirrors, where everything was built to erode my will and push me over the edge. Suddenly, a light flashed at the end of the hallway. I rushed towards it like a drowning man clutching at a stake. As I approached, I saw an old wooden door carved with strange symbols. I pushed hard. The door opened, revealing an empty room. In the middle of the room was a wooden chair, on which was a thick diary. I picked it up, dust flying everywhere. Inside, each page recorded the stories of men who had fallen into the same tragedy as me. They all married a woman without a shadow. At first it was love, then fear, and finally they disappeared, leaving only their souls trapped in the mirror. The last page said that whoever had the courage to destroy the original mirror would end the loop. But at the same time, they would have to pay with their own existence. I collapsed, feeling despair enveloping me. I understood that I could not live and escape Emily at the same time. I only had two choices: either accept having my soul drained, or sacrifice myself to end the curse. While I was still hesitating, the door behind me slammed shut. I looked up, saw Emily standing there, approaching, her ghostly smile spreading. The room shook. The mirror shattered, thousands of pieces of glass flying around me. Each piece reflected my withering image, my skin ashen, my eyes empty. I screamed, grabbed the diary, and threw it at the largest mirror. A bright light erupted, causing me to fall. In that light, I saw Emily screaming, her face twisted into hundreds of different shapes. But that scream quickly turned into a demonic laughter, echoing endlessly. When the light went out, I found myself back in the real house. I sat in the middle of the living room, still clutching the torn piece of paper from the diary. Emily sat opposite, still smiling, still with those eyes, and still no shadow. All my efforts only made the loop tighter. I realized that every path I took, every room I opened, every mirror I broke, only led me back to the starting point. I was the one tied to this endless game. The room was cold. The sound of rain outside pounded against each wall. I looked up at the wall clock. The hands pointed to exactly 3 a.m. At that moment, Emily whispered in my ear, her voice echoing throughout the house. "You will never escape." I trembled, but a spark of determination burned inside me. If I could not escape, I would fight to the end. I knew that the next episode would be the moment when I was forced to make a life or death decision. Stay tuned to see what I did when the final choice gradually appeared.